solid win in the first game. How did you feel like you played?
I think pretty solid for the first game back in a while. I think always the first game is always a tricky one. You try to do your best. Some guys are not ready for 90 minutes. Some guys are not fit. And so I think we have a good enough squad and we have good enough coaches to kind of determine that. And I think we have a well-balanced squad. And so I think that it was a good performance from everybody that came in that helped out. And so I would say it was good.
You're going on a 5-game road trip. How do you sort of mentally prepare for that?
No, I know that, I think coach and the players have talked about it that, it's important and it's hard to win on the road because we know how hard it is for teams to win here in Seattle. And so we go with the mentality that, we can win anywhere in the MLS if we play up to our standards and to our potential and if we play the game that we know how to play. And so the coaches put up a plan for us and we just have to execute it. And I think things will go our way.
Jesus, when you look at what the offense was able to do there in the 2-0 win, what stood out about what good you did?
No, I think that we have different profiles, and I think they all balanced out. We have a 9 that is a target 9. For the moment that Jordan was there, we have a runner in the wing, obviously with Paul as well. We have 2 runners, and then we have 2 pocket players that can turn in pockets. And so I think we have a well-balanced front line that can be versatile. Sometimes I can run in behind, and Ozaze can hold up. And so I think that's what makes it tricky for the other teams and defenders to kind of track us because you see Albert on the right, somehow he's on the left, and then we just alternate and we move around. Sometimes I'm low as a 6, and so I think that thankfully the coaches give us that freedom to kind of have that movement around that helps us get free and helps us create a lot of chances.
And then flipping that around there, from the good to what you guys can do better. I'm sure like losing Jordan obviously changed probably some things in the strategy, but what do you guys feel like you can do better from what you did?
No, I think a little bit more patient. I think that for us, I think a lot of things that Preki tells me is kind of be patient with the ball, that the window will open up. We have a lot of movements up front that, some window will open up and that will be the perfect timing. And so I think maybe in Paul's and Albert's goal, I kind of rushed it a little bit, overhit it, try to slip that one to Paul, but it kind of worked out in the end. But little things like that where maybe I play Ozaze in that because he made that run. And so little things like that will kind of make us better.
Jesus. Do you think, in that, do you think you needed a game or two to get kind of more interplay to your center forward there in terms of Ozaze? Because I'm not sure, do you need more entry passes? Do you need more patience to kind of, or do you think there was enough?
No, I think it was enough. I think it all depends on the team that we're playing. We know that Colorado like to press at any moment that they have. They're a young team that their forwards have a lot of energy, and any pass back they're coming. And so for us, it's a little difficult because we have to follow the press. We have to help our center backs. But if that ball goes to Ozaze, it's a little bit difficult to turn in and go. And so we have to, as the 10s, we have to find the balance, and 8s have to find the balance of being able to help our defenders, but also help our 9 when he gets in tough situations.
And then Albert's ability, just talking this about a little bit, Albert's ability to create that space and then for you to tuck in, how much interplay is that helping your offense after just one game?
Yeah, no, I think this is something that we've been working on all last year. I think that there was moments where we're trying to figure out how we can both balance in the midfield. It's both being 10s and both being able to create. I think we're both adapting. You see Albert running into the box where I'm staying back, or vice versa in the second goal where I'm running in behind and Albert's creating. And so it's having that, being able to adapt to each other and being able to play in the same system, in the same midfield, but doing different roles when we need it.
What was it like to see Paul get on the field?
No, it's awesome. It's awesome. He's a guy that I've been with for a couple of years now, and it's a guy that has a lot of things coming up, and so I'm super excited for him. It was a long journey for him, and I'm super excited for him to get more minutes. Every preseason game that he stepped into it, I was able to be there and watch because a lot of people, he needs support, and so for me to be someone that he trusts and goes for it, and we talk a lot, it's awesome. And so for me, just being there means a lot to him, and so then I'm super happy and super excited for him to get more minutes.
What do you mean by things coming up? He's got a lot of things coming up.
It's exciting, a lot of minutes, and he just got back, and so he's just hopefully getting more minutes and more reps, and hopefully he can score goals and assists, and that's something exciting for us.
How much of that continuity of the system do you feel like gives this team an edge to start the season well, as they already have?
Yeah, no, I think it's something that we've worked on, and so the good thing about us is that we don't like to change. We play to our style. We do our style. We believe in our style, and so obviously there's some adjustments from time to time, but for the most part, it's our style, and so that's what makes us strong. You know, everybody on the pitch knows exactly what we need to do to make that style work and that formation, and so that's what makes us strong. That any player that comes in as a sub knows exactly what they need to do, the role they need to do. And nothing changes because the energy is still there, the touch is still there, and we have enough good quality guys to switch, and no matter what, there's still the high standard.
Okay, so I'm curious about how you describe this evolution of your game, where in Dallas you were like this goal scorer and it was all about just the goals and getting you forward. Now you're this creative player, picking up the ball deep, finding players in pockets. How would you describe that evolution of your game?
Yeah, I think it's adapting to the players that we have around. Yeah, I think in Dallas I was kind of the only 9 until Petar came and I got dropped a little lower in here. We have Ozaze, Jordan, Moose who score goals, and so for me, I've always been the guy that wants to be on the ball, wants to play that final pass, and so it's exciting to see what players around you can make you realize, and open up, because then you have to change the way that you play from time to time to adapt to them, and so it's good. I think it's adapting good, and it's showing on the game.
Thanks.